One today is worth 2 tomorrows. Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. Well done is better than well said. There never was a good knife made of bad steel. I didn't fail the test. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. Watch the little things. A small leak will sink a great ship. Experience keeps a dear school, but fools will learn in no other. 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I may remember. Involve me and I learn. They who can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. He that can have patience can have what he will. You may delay, but time will not. Many people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 75. A penny saved is a penny earned. In wine there is wisdom, in beer there is freedom, in water there is bacteria. Never ruin an apology with an excuse. We are all born ignorant, but one must work hard to remain stupid. Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. Fear not death, for the sooner we die, the longer we shall be immortal. I didn't fail the test. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. How many observe Christ's birthday? How few his precepts? Being ignorant is not so much a shame as being unwilling to learn. An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. Hide not your talents, they for use were made. It is the first responsibility of every citizen to question authority. Lost time is never found again. Instead of cursing the darkness, light a candle. If all printers were determined not to print anything till they were sure it would offend nobody, there would be very little printed. I am for doing good to the poor, but I think the best way of doing good to the poor is not making them easy in poverty, but leading or driving them out of it. I observed that the more public provisions were made for the poor, the less they provided for themselves, and of course became poorer. And on the contrary, the less was done for them, the more they did for themselves, and became richer. The Constitution only guarantees the American people the right to pursue happiness. You have to catch it yourself. Be at war with your vices, at peace with your neighbors, and let every new year find you a better man. Remember not only to say the right thing in the right place, but far more difficult still, to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment. 'Tis a great confidence in a friend to tell him your faults, greater to tell him his. The person who deserves most pity is a lonesome one on a rainy day who doesn't know how to read. Dost thou love life? Then do not squander time, for that's the stuff life is made of. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Never confuse motion with action. Educate your children to self-control, to the habit of holding passion and prejudice and evil tendencies subject to an upright and reasoning will. And you have done much to abolish misery from their future and crimes from society. He that is good for making excuses is seldom good for anything else. Whatever is begun in anger ends in shame. Do not anticipate trouble or worry about what may never happen. Whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation must begin by subduing the freeness of speech. The heart of a fool is in his mouth, but the mouth of a wise man is in his heart. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. There was never a bad peace or good war. Be slow in choosing a friend, slower in changing. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. When you are finished changing, you're finished. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. We must all hang together, or assuredly, we shall all hang separately. To find out a girl's faults, praise her to her girlfriends. When you're testing to see how deep water is, never use 2 feet. A slip of the foot you may soon recover, but a slip of the tongue you may never get over. But in this world, nothing can be said to be certain, except death and taxes. Life's biggest tragedy is that we get old too soon and wise too late. Trouble knocked at the door, but hearing laughter, hurried away. If you would not be forgotten, as soon as you are dead and rotten, either write things worth reading or do things worth writing. Happiness depends more on the inward disposition of mind than on outward circumstances. If Jack's in love, he's no judge of Jill's beauty. Fish and visitors smell in 3 days. There will be sleeping enough in the grave. Fools make feasts and wise men eat them. For the best return on your money, pour your purse into your head. Tricks and treachery are the practice of fools that don't have brains enough to be honest. He who can have patience can have what he will. You will find the key to success under the alarm clock. There are 3 things extremely hard: steal, a diamond, and to know oneself. Words may show a man's wit, actions his meaning. Reading makes a full man, meditation a profound man, discourse a clear man. So convenient a thing to be a reasonable creature, since it enables one to find or make a reason for everything one has a mind to do. A good example is the best sermon. No one cares what you know until they know that you care. Many a man thinks he is buying pleasure when he is really selling himself to it. Speak little, do much. How few there are who have courage enough to own their faults or resolution enough to mend them. So, happiness consists more in the small conveniences of pleasures that occur every day than in great pieces of good fortune that happen but seldom to a man in the course of his life. You can do anything you set your mind to. He that lieth down with dogs shall rise up with fleas. For every minute spent in organizing, an hour is earned. 1 today is worth 2 tomorrows. Absence sharpens love. Presence strengthens it. Women are books, and men the readers be. Anger is never without a reason, but seldom with a good one. The people heard it and approved the doctrine, and immediately practiced the contrary. To cease to think creatively is to cease to live. Genius without education is like silver in the mine. There cannot be good living where there is not good drinking. Write to please yourself. I didn't fail the test. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. Search others for their virtues, thyself for thy vices. Never leave that till tomorrow, which you can do today. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn. When you're good to others, your best to yourself.